The BYD Shark 6 gives you roughly twice the claimed electric range and more peak system power. But the Ford Ranger PHEV can tow 1 ton more and offers stronger payload and work capability on paper. So is the Ford worth choosing for serious Australian work, or has BYD built a smarter hybrid ute for everyday driving? Here's the short answer. The Shark wins for electric commuting, performance, and value. The Ranger wins for heavier towing, payload, and worksite power. One hidden weight limit could decide this comparison before the price does. We are comparing the BYD Shark 6 Premium with the Ford Ranger PHEV XLT using current Australian manufacturer specifications and the supplied Australian brochures. These are claimed or brochure figures, not our own controlled test results. Test cycle electric range and laboratory fuel figures will vary with speed, weather, payload, towing, and charging habits. We will score the utes on price, electric driving, towing, work capability, and ownership, then name the right one for each buyer. At the time of recording, the Shark 6 Premium is listed at $57,900 before on-road costs. Ford's current Australian drive-away pricing for the Ranger PHEV XLT can vary by model year, location, finance offer, options, and buyer circumstances. These are different price bases, so you cannot treat them as a direct price gap. One figure is before on-road costs, the other is a drive-away figure or offer basis. What is clear is that both utes sit in the same broad buyer conversation. The BYD gives you more peak performance and a much larger battery. The Ford asks you to value its stronger towing numbers, larger payload, established Ranger ecosystem, and worksite features. So price alone does not settle it. The battery comparison might. The Shark 6 carries a 29.6 kilowatt-hour blade battery. BYD lists a claimed electric range of 100 kilometers on its Australian combined cycle figure for the Premium. The Ranger uses an 11.8 kilowatt-hour usable battery and claims 49 kilometers on the NEDC cycle. On paper, the Shark offers just over twice the electric range. These cycle figures are not a real-world guarantee, and they are not the same as a controlled back-to-back test. For someone driving 40 to 70 kilometers a day and charging at home, the Shark's larger figure could still mean far more trips without waking the petrol engine. The BYD can accept up to 7 kilowatts of AC charging. Ford lists a maximum of 3.5 kilowatts and estimates about 4 hours from empty to full at that rate. But do not confuse a PHEV's laboratory fuel number with normal fuel use after the battery is empty. BYD quotes 2 liters per 100 kilometers under Australian ADR combined cycle testing when the vehicle begins with charge. Ford quotes 2.9 liters per 100 kilometers under the same ADR framework. Those are test cycle results, not a promise of everyday fuel use. If you never plug either vehicle in, you carry the battery and hybrid hardware without receiving the full electric benefit. For daily electric use, the first point goes clearly to the Shark. This is where the Ranger answers back. The Shark 6 Premium is rated to tow 2,500 kilograms braked. The Ranger PHEV is rated to 3,500 kilograms when correctly equipped and used within state and territory rules. That 1-ton difference matters for larger caravans, boats, and equipment trailers. Payload matters as well. BYD's brochure lists 790 kilograms for the Premium. Ford lists 973 kilograms for the XLT based on curb weight or 830 kilograms based on maximum curb weight. But here is the hidden number: gross combined mass. The Shark Premium's GCM is 5,750 kilograms. The Ranger XLT's is 6,580 kilograms. You cannot simply load either ute to its maximum GVM and attach the heaviest permitted trailer. Passengers, accessories, tow ball download, tools, and cargo all consume the legal weight allowance. Before towing, calculate the actual vehicle mass, trailer mass, GVM, GCM, and axle limits. Then weigh the combination. The Ranger wins this category, not because every owner needs 3.5 tons, but because it gives work and touring buyers a larger capability envelope. But the Ford's biggest advantage is not actually towing. The Shark 6 Premium combines a 1.5-liter turbo petrol engine with front and rear electric motors. Total output is 321 kilowatts and 650 newton meters. BYD claims 0 to 100 in 5.7 seconds. The Ranger combines a 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine with an electric motor through a 10-speed automatic. Total output is 207 kilowatts and 697 newton meters. The BYD has the headline acceleration and power advantage. The Ranger counters with full-time four-wheel drive, familiar Ranger controls, and dedicated tow haul, mud, ruts, and sand modes. Do not choose a ute from a 0 to 100 figure. A strong launch makes a brilliant clip, but throttle response under load, braking, suspension control, tire choice, and steering matter more every day. Without a back-to-back TorqIQ road test, we will not pretend to declare a ride and handling winner. The Ranger's biggest worksite advantage is Pro Power Onboard. Ford quotes up to 6.9 kilowatts across its cabin and tray outlets within the stated outlet limits. That can make the ute a mobile power source for suitable tools, lights, and equipment. Using it consumes battery charge, so the operator still needs to manage energy. The Shark supports vehicle-to-load power through 230-volt outlets plus a 12-volt accessory socket, offering strong electrical flexibility. But Ford's brochure presents a clearer, higher-output integrated work solution. The Ranger XLT also has the larger quoted payload. For a tradie carrying people, drawers, a canopy, tools, and tow ball weight, that margin matters more than touchscreen size or acceleration. For a metro business with light loads, predictable routes, and overnight charging, the Shark's longer electric range may reduce petrol use more often. For heavier work and powering equipment, the Ranger wins. For a family using the ute as a daily car, the Shark makes a strong case. It offers 5 seats, a spacious cabin, a large rotating infotainment screen, and the smooth response expected from electric drive. Both vehicles remove the range anxiety of a full battery electric ute because both retain petrol engines. For a regional holiday without convenient charging, either can continue on petrol. But the advantage of buying a PHEV becomes smaller when the vehicle spends most of its life with an empty battery. The Shark is the stronger choice for a buyer who charges nightly and wants the school run or commute to be mostly electric. The Ranger is the safer paper choice for a large caravan, heavier accessories, or a trip where legal weight margins matter. BYD advertises a 6-year, 150,000-kilometer vehicle warranty and an 8-year, 160,000-kilometer traction battery warranty subject to terms and exclusions. Ford advertises a 5-year, unlimited kilometer new vehicle warranty subject to conditions. The BYD's longer time-based vehicle coverage will appeal to private owners. Ford's unlimited kilometer term may matter more to high-mileage businesses. Dealer access, service pricing, parts supply, insurance, and resale also affect ownership, but do not make claims from reputation alone. Check the nearest authorized service location and obtain insurance quotes before ordering. Neither brochure proves what either ute will be worth in 5 years. Any precise resale forecast would be speculation. Here is the TorqIQ verdict. Choose the BYD Shark 6 Premium if you can charge at home, usually travel within its claimed electric range, tow no more than 2.5 tons, and want maximum performance and equipment for the money. Choose the Ford Ranger PHEV XLT if you tow a heavier caravan, need more payload, want a stronger integrated worksite power solution, or expect to travel high annual kilometers under an unlimited kilometer warranty. For remote touring without regular charging or constant heavy work near maximum weights, compare both against a diesel before signing anything. A PHEV only delivers its strongest economy case when it is plugged in consistently. Our category result is 3 wins to the Ranger for towing, payload, and worksite capability. 3 to the Shark for electric driving, performance, and value. Ownership is a draw because the warranty advantages suit different buyers. The Ranger is the more capable work ute. The Shark is the smarter, electrified daily driver. That is a more useful answer than pretending one badge wins for everyone. Which matters more to you, 100 kilometers of claimed electric range or towing 3.5 tons? Put your daily kilometers and towing weight in the comments. We will use the most common answer in the next comparison. Subscribe to TorqIQ for Australian car comparisons built around the buying decision, not the brochure hype.